YouTube. Hola, buenos dias, and good morning YouTube, or YouTube. I haven't used that for a while, have I? YouTube. Well, I'm going to look at another pile of rocks, and this is where we are today. So I stayed in a campsite for the last couple of days. I've been in a town. Went to see Graham Bell and the family. Had a really good meal and a few beers and a good laugh. So that was pretty cool. So thanks Graham and Lucia. Can never get it right. Anyway, thanks to the Bells. So I'm going to have a look at this. Anyway, so which is quite good because they have it in English. Place of the Coyotes. Out there. Yeah. So let's go and have a wonder. And all the you've got to sign in the book every time. It's 75 pesos, which is £2.50. Is it? £3? Sign for in there. But you've got to sign in the book. The last person was yesterday. And there was one yesterday. So that's it. So sit there all day. Get one person. So, to the race. Shadow out. But yeah. So, it looks like a pile of stones. Which is this pile of a wall going all the way down there. But it looks like he could be seated on it. And then a big, and then two, whatever pyramid things are up there. And then like a big open, you get courtyard, and there's a wall going down there. Ideally you could probably just use it for sitting up. It's awkward to get up. But there must be a significance about it. But it's such a grand area, so you can play ball, do whatever you want. Worshipping the posh people who settled there, maybe. Just I always wonder. I need to try and research. I think I'm going to try and research. I've got the name of it on the card, so I'm going to try and research these places and see what they actually did, or this is just like a simple structure on the top. He just likes to see. Don't even know how old it is. I didn't take a notice of the thing, but I'm presuming it went straight across. This bit's been falling down a little bit, maybe. It's more likely has. And the pyramid type things. But I'd love to get a metal detector. I wander around something like this, just to see what I could find. I think that'd be quite interesting. In fact, I think that'd be really back here. You see, some of it might have been rebuilt, but right, was there a structure here? Just a pile of rocks. Have a close look at these. They are quite high. Very quite high. And the thing is, you can't really see any steps going up. No, you can't really see any steps going up unless you're just supposed to climb up to get to the top, which I don't think they'd like that. Walk all the way around, see if I can find some steps or something. There's some steps over on my right. See up on this side banking. So it looks like these two pyramid type things in the middle there. There looks like there's sort of structure built at each one of them. So I'm presuming they're the stairs going up to the top, because it seemed to flow down to this bottom section. So that's what I'm thinking. There's a sign thing there, so I might just go and have a look. Yeah, it does look like it's going to be stairs at some point. Yeah, pretty much to the stairs. And from there up. There isn't a thing on it. It's a piece of concrete. I've gone up and have a look anyway. Yes, I'm pretty sure the stairs will go up there. Steep stairs though. Pretty high up. And look, that's unless that was what it was before, or supposed to be. A lot of work to build one of these, must admit. A lot of work to build one of these. Oh, bruise, yeah. So basically, I'm thinking, looking at these bits here, that's what it was on the outside, like the cladding. Pretty cool. See how quiet it is. Well, that train going off. But when you look all the way down, see, I think this has been overgrown, and over the years that they've been uncovering it all. So let's have a walk up these stairs. Climb, clomp, climb, clomp, climb, clomp. Alright, that's a better view from up here. So obviously some of it's collapsed down, but it shows you the innards of them, really. Pile of stone. But yeah, you can see other yeah, that's pretty cool. I think there is some steps going up the middle bit. On top of that. Yeah. I'm going to have a look, see if I can get over to there a bit closer. Well, that's pretty much it for here, really. There's not a lot, but I just like being in places where there's so much history and so much age gone off, and I just imagine what it was like, and you know, is this part of you know, like a market square as well, or I don't know, or is it just like a church type thing? Really don't know, or like a meeting place. Very interesting. And I'll try and find some more information on Wikipedia or I'll Google it, basically. So you don't have to. Which really I should have done, and then I could have learned some history about it and told you some history about it while I'm wandering around. But that's not always, that takes forethought and planning. Yeah. And I'm not very good at that, really. I just make shit up as I go along. Probably work that out. But yeah. So I shall see you later. So it is the Plaza de Armas. So the ceremonial activities, rituals, festivals and celebrations in different parts of this square. Yeah, yet there is a possibility that some economic activity such as markets and exchange of goods was also carried out here. It's believed that it was sometimes used as a ball court, playing fields as well. So really I should have read that before I went in, which I did, but I didn't. I read it, but it didn't. I know it's useless. Right, I shall see you later and go to the next one. Right, see you in a bit. YouTube and good morning. I'm in, I'm not even going to pronounce, it's got TZ something or other, and it's another pyramid type structure which is behind me, but I'm going to have a look in the museum first before I have a wander around. So let's go. Don't know. So it looks like it's shut. So it doesn't look like I'm going to the museum after all. Been to that one. I was at one today and I'm at that one now. And there's one further down there. That goes to that one. Well, I didn't know I could do this, so have a listen.
From here the poly-religious power of the Tarascan Empire was exercised, a culture that came from the Ihuatzio lineage group, forming alliances with the groups and hunters of the Pátzcuaro Lake area. At the time, the inhabitants called themselves Skapuhireti. Afterwards, the Tarasco people settled at Lake Pátzcuaro, where, under the command of Kasonsi, Tarasco priest and king, they established their time of consolidation and expansion, with sufficient political and military force to initiate and demand tribute from the subject peoples. It was the time when the great city of Tzintzuntzan, before the death of Chiriakuri, the Kazone lordship in 3 kingdoms, he gave to his son Hiki of Pátzcuaro, to his nephew Haripa, he placed it to his nephew Tangagsoin in Tzintzuntzan. Kasonsi Tzintzuntzan acquired the Supram and became the main capital of the...
I didn't know you could do that with Google Translate. So that is about this. The sun's behind me. That is about this area, or this monument. So there might be another one, so we can do that again, hopefully. But yeah, I never know if you do that. You can copy and paste it, and then it can translate and speak to you. Pretty good, isn't it?
By observing the walls that make up the Great Platform, it is possible to appreciate its eclectonic constitution formed by loose stones arranged in layers covered with earth, thus generating compact surfaces of great resistance. In addition, thanks to its slight inclination, it avoids puddles, any dry rooms that affect the shape, presenting great persistence, beauty. Aesthetics and spatial buffering, administrative and observatory. Under the Gram latiforma there are rocks with petroglyphs, carved drawings that have conditioned the joy of EJAS Sarah.
As you might see, and the swirly motion, I seem to like the swirly bit. Yeah, pretty cool. Press record. Look at the size of this thing. Turn around. Come on then. Today. Yeah, and it goes all the way down there. That's pretty cool. There's some boards about, so we'll see what it's about.
Inhabitants and builders of Tzintzuntzan created flat surfaces in a staggered manner on the slope of the hill, technique known as terrace system. These were made with flagstone perfectly cut and carved to form small, but long steps by which people arrived in ceremonies and to deliver. The Great Platform was built with meticulously large rocks and thousands of thin slabs that pressed the platform onto the slopes of the hill to support it against tremors. When the platform had the dimension and height, Tarascan builders began the construction. Buildings that can be seen, the palace and the BC.
It's a big terrace, is this? Really big terrace. Get Land Rover in, park it there. Be an ideal camp spot, wouldn't it? Probably get arrested. And it's quite a beast, so it's like different sections. Yeah. Pretty cool. So obviously that one's have been built pretty big. I suppose it's all the same height, but this one's over the years has, like everything, been robbed for stone and weather, vandalism. You know, people years ago, they didn't care about it, they just wanted to build a house or something.
Did you know? Illustration of the Equatus ceremony with one of the most important celebrations that took place in the Tarascan cities was the Festival of the Arrows, or Equata Consquero, also called of the Administration of Justice. In it, thieves, bandits, sorcerers and those who did not pay tribute to the Tarascan gods.
Well, that's nice of them. But, yeah. Definitely pretty big. Yeah, so I think a lot of the cladding's been taken off again. Or disappeared over the time, over the centuries. I don't know how old it is. I really need to find out. Really need to find out. There's another sign here. Let's see what it says on this one.
Did you know? The size of Lake Pátzcuaro has changed greatly over more than 500 years, but it is known that its volume and depth gave rise to the rich commercial exchange between Tzintzuntzan and the region.
Yeah, it's coming up to the last bit now, by the looks of this. That was the last section of the main bit. I'd like to have seen a picture of it, or an artist's impression of it, of what it was when it was all hunky-dory. It would be quite cool. And then in the distance as well, you can see part of the tiers as well. To grow stuff, and the town and the lake. I'll be camping pretty much down right in front of me now tonight. Yeah, so you can see the structure, how it is again. Built out, and flat bits for cladding. Fairly well built structure. Pretty cool. I know to most people it's just a pile of rocks, and why would you want to go and see a pile of rocks, and why would you want to video a pile of rocks? Because it's interesting, and people, well, a lot of people I know can't get to places like this. You know, they're stuck at home. They're stuck at home working for our British government to pay all them taxes for all them low-life scumbags to come and live there for not work and do all that sort of thing. So yeah, I won't rant. Oh yeah. But yeah, it's interesting. I think it's interesting. You know, the mega history of this, and how they made, and what there was about, what they were for, and some of them boards with it's actually said that, and there's a big board at the front, so we'll do that as well. But when you look at the ground and you can see lines and other things was under there as well. Maybe it's just a pathway or a walkway. But this looks like the rear square thing. But that just looks like a pile of rocks. Some of the higher tiers have collapsed down. And it just looks like a pile of rocks, but it did look like that. But there's like a gap in between them. I don't know why that is. And then you get the glimpse of what it was like when it was all done. You know, because that will go all the way up to the top, all the way across here.
Tzintzuntzan means in Purépecha, place of hummingbirds, or place of the messenger hummingbird. Located east of the Lake Pátzcuaro basin, on the Ihuatzio hill, it is the most important Tarasco settlement. It is made up of a great platform that measures more than 400 meters long and 250 meters wide. This place was an administrative city where political religious functions were carried out, while productive economic activities were carried out in the surrounding area and on the lake. The Tarascan Empire had its greatest concentration in the current state of Michoacán, but also included part of the current states of Jalisco, Colima and Nayarit, Guerrero, Sinaloa, Guanajuato and the state of Mexico. The founding of cities and towns strategically located near lakes and rivers, connected different regions with different types of climate and diversity of flora and fauna, enriching their diet, economy and trade, to which products and objects from the Pacific Ocean were added, like fish and shells. The Tarascans were a highly developed warrior culture that had the ability to keep their territory safe from the incursions of other nearby empires, especially the Mexica or Aztec, which never managed to conquer these cities.
Oh, that's quite cool. Never do that.
It is an architectural complex made up of 5 aligned rooms, which, seen from above, form an L. They have a construction system similar to that of the walls of other structures, that is, flagstone without cement. No access was found to these rooms, which is why some archaeologists think that they are grain warehouses, trojes, mentioned in historical documents, such as the Michoacan relation, where spaces are mentioned that had the basic function of storing the goods of the main lords. However, other researchers consider that it is a construction after the arrival of the Spanish, since it presents a mixture of flagstones and genemus on the walls, a characteristic that is absent in pre-Hispanic works. Archaeology is a scientific discipline in constant development, so perhaps in the future there will be more answers and information about Tzintzuntzan.
Oh, that was pretty cool. So these were original, maybe then. That's far off. So there were grain stores basically. What happened today? Stop whining about the weather. I'm not whining about weather, I'm just saying it's warm today. That's not whining. Just state the fact. I'm English. So it's in the shape of an L. Oh yes, that's the bottom, and then this is a bit going up. Why in shape of an L? Must be a reason for shaping an L. Unless you just said no, weren't listening. Never mind. Well, good morning YouTube. It's very hot. So this is where I camped tonight. Well, last night I should say, because this is the morning. So it's not too bad a spot. Oh, pretty much had it all to myself. Not that I went skinny dipping or anything like that. And had a lovely shower, because I wouldn't do anything like that. But yeah, I had it all to myself. There's just been a few bikes done up, quads. But yeah, this is pretty nice. I'm tempted to stay another night, to be fair. But I'm gonna head over to Acapulco. Yeah, there is. It's all full of hotels, there's things about, but this yeah, that's the track coming down, which is fine, and that's where I am. So it's pretty cool.